This is Jets at Noon with Cameron Poitras and Jim Toth on 680 CJOB.
Hello, welcome. Cam Poitras, Jim Toth. Jim, how are you?
Thirsty Thursday, and I am parched.
You are. How you were at Rock and Thunder last night, weren't you?
I was, yeah, a great time.
Yeah.
I mean, great time. But yeah, I'm a little thirsty today. A little parched. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Not enough hydration, Jim Toth?
I'll tell you what, Cam. There's a lot of things that get me going. Like things I like. Golf.
Yeah. Golf.
My kids, my spouse.
Yes.
Long walks on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Getting caught in the rain.
Yeah. A good cup of coffee.
A great cup of coffee in the morning. Talking on the phone for hours. But nothing. Well, no, I shouldn't say nothing. A lot of it revolves around outdoor summer live music. There's something about it.
It hits different.
It just hits different when you're like, it's beautiful out. You got a cold one. The sun is shining.
Oh, yeah.
And somebody comes on stage and says, "Do you want to get rocked?" Yes. Yes, I do.
The answer is always yes.
Always yes. And I got rocked last night, so it was a good time.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time.
Not like Frank the Tank. We all know you had a good time, Frank. Everybody knows you had. It wasn't that good of a time, but it was a great time.
Jets at Noon is brought to you by Wash Method Car Wash, 690 St. Anne's Road. VIP take on the text line will win a VIP car wash from our good friends at Wash Method, 204-780-6868. We'll announce the winner later in the program as we're coming at you live from the Boston Pizza studio for gourmet pizza and pasta. Bring the team to Boston Pizza.
I need to squeeze this in.
Go ahead.
Guess who I ran into when I was leaving?
Oh.
Ken Wiebe and Sean Reynolds.
Yes.
Kenny and Rennie.
Absolutely.
And Sean looked right at me and said, "Big guy, I owe you an apology. I was supposed to come on Jets at Noon, and first day vacation, I had my phone off, and I totally forgot." And I said, "You will never come on that show again. You are banned. You will never see the light of day on Jets at Noon."
Thank you.
And that being said, Sean, can you come on next week?
Well, Sean Reynolds is always welcome on the show.
Always, yeah.
You know what? Listen, these things happen. It's happened to me before. I've made the mistake where I've promised to be on a show, and it's on an awkward time when you're not used to working, and
this just isn't any show though. So I said, you will never hit the airwaves on Jets at Noon this week, but next week, if you can join us, it'd be awesome.
Yeah. So Sean, come on anytime. Always welcome to have Sean Reynolds.
I think Weber at a Def Leppard concert, and Took and Joan Jett and Foreigner had on a Kenny and Rennie t-shirt, and I was like, come on, man.
Well, it's you got to promote.
Yeah. I said, put on that 80s Def Leppard baseball style shirt. And he's like, that don't fit no more, Jimbo.
I thought he was also going to apologize for the two of us not being invited to the Trans-Canada Kenny and Rennie post-season party. I didn't want to say. I didn't get an invite.
Yeah. We don't get invited a lot of places, and that would have been real nice.
I'm just saying,
that being
guys.
said, we've been invited for 3 years now, and we've never been able to make it. But that's not the point, right?
That's right.
We have kids.
That's nothing to do with anything.
No. We still, just because we can't show up doesn't mean you stop inviting us.
Can't make it. Well, that's right. Then you have to double down. But anyways, yeah, those two guys are great, of course.
Said to say hello to you.
Well, hello back. So coming up on the show, where does Canada sit in the IIHF Men's World Rankings? That just came out. I always find the IIHF Men's World Rankings funny because they take everything into account. But in my mind, there's only really one thing that matters. But we'll discuss that. I'll tell you where Canada sits on that list
that
as
one
the show
thing?
comes. Well, the best on best.
Right.
Not these little other tournaments that go on. Best on best, that's who's number one. And there's one team, men's team, that keeps winning those.
There is one, yeah.
We'll get to that as the show goes on.
Happy 4th of July, Connor McDavid from the slot.
That's a firework. There's a firework going on.
Catch this, Helly.
Also, the NHL has its early Team Canada projections for the upcoming Olympics as well. And I'll tell you, if Mark Scheifele is still getting snubbed on that list, or he's found that I'll tell you as the show goes on.
Okay.
Also, quick reminder to everybody, at 12:45 in about a half hour's time, we will be taking the wildfire update. Of course, another serious situation in the province. Wabkanu, the premier is involved in this wildfire update. So when that starts at 12:45, we will be sure to carry it here. So it might be a little bit of a shortened version of Jets at Noon, but of course, I'll bring you that very important information with the wildfire update. But we've been doing a AI series, Jim Toth.
AI. Some people like it. Some people are frightened of it. But it's been a lot of fun this week. Our listeners, and you let us know, but you've been enjoying this. They've been keep texting like, what about this? And what about that? What does AI say about this?
So we opened up on Tuesday, and we asked AI to tell us what Dylan Samberg, Gabe Vilardi, and Morgan Barron's contract should be. All three of them RFAs for the Winnipeg Jets, needing new contracts this summer, or into the season whenever it does happen. And there's also some guys that need new contracts next year. That's Kyle Connor, that's Adam Lowry, and that's Cole Perfetti. And I punched it into artificial intelligence. I punched it into AI, and it spat out some answers. If you're wondering what those answers were, you got to go download the podcast.
Exactly.
Which, of course, you can find free on Apple, Spotify, wherever you find your favorite podcasts, with plenty of memorable Jets talk and episodes and special content exclusively there. We talk about the bang, 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 bang fight. And it's one of our better exclusive episodes. So
bang, bang.
Yeah, you can find out what Jim's buddies had to say about that, and it's definitely worth listening to. But
it's
go download that
in Alberta.
Yeah, so
it's
from Red Deer, so you can take Jets at Noon wherever you go and whatever you want. So if you miss those conversations, go and download them in the podcast. But today I asked, well, Mr. AI, the Winnipeg Jets won the Central Division last year for the first time ever. The Winnipeg Jets won the President's Trophy last year for the first time ever.
Right.
Are they still the team to beat? Regular season wise, because I know we're going to get the text message as well. The Jets aren't the team to beat because Dallas got through the Central Division and represented the Central, quote unquote, in the Western Conference Final. You're right. So I will just reiterate that and say the regular season. Are the Jets still the team to beat in the Central Division? Came out with some predictions, Jim Toth, about the standings this upcoming season.
Right before we do this, when they won the President's Trophy, it was always about the playoffs. It didn't matter, right? Like
Correct.
playoffs. They go to the second round, they lose 6 games to Dallas. And we said, winning the President's Trophy isn't the goal. But when you look back on it 10 years from now or whatever, players, whatever, but fans, I'm wondering, it's been a month or two, month and a half. Are you, as a fan, proud of that? I know it didn't go to a Stanley Cup, which was the goal all along, but I think it's still something you look back on and go, that's impressive.
I know that the Stanley Cup is always number one.
As it should be. And
it should always be number one. But I think the President's Trophy needs some more clout behind it. I think there needs to be it needs to be a bigger celebration.
It's just a target now. It's on your back. You finished first. Did you win the Stanley Cup? No, you didn't. That's like a target. I think what's lost in it is 82 games, 6 months, travel, injuries.
Yeah.
And you were the best of 32 teams. I think that needs to get more clout.
It's not something you could do on ice because there might be 2 teams going for it on other sides of the country. So you couldn't necessarily have an on-ice thing, but the President's Trophy should be involved in some sort of on-ice ceremony to the team the game after. Whether, unless it's heading right into playoffs, then I think it's something that's done off the ice.
I think something will go up, the banner, but I think it just needs to have some clout to it that it didn't win you anything. I get that. I'm not trying to say that, but what I am saying is 32 teams, 82 games, 6 months, travel, injuries to get the most points out of that grind. I think needs to be just respected.
There should be an on-ice thing. Hey, come and celebrate. Way to sell some more tickets. Do an on-ice thing. Punch it out.
Okay.
So I asked AI the question: are the Jets still the team to beat in the Central Division? And it came out with a prediction, Jim Toth. And I'll tell you what that prediction is when we come back right after 12:30. Let's take a break. On the other side, I'll discuss the IIHF World Rankings, where Canada lands. And we'll also find out as the show rolls on where Winnipeg ends up sitting.
And we dare ask you the question, do you want to get rocked? Yes or no?
It also told me who's going to finish second and third. I don't want to say anymore. We'll be right back.
680 CJOB.
Call the Boston Pizza Jets at Noon hotline, open 24/7, 204-780-6800. Come in for lunch every weekday to Boston Pizza. Get a main, delicious side, a delicious main, a side, and an ice cold drink for only $15 only at BP. The number one caller tomorrow to that line will win a $50 gift card to Boston Pizza. So when we come back after the break, we'll tell you where the Winnipeg Jets rank in the Western Conference according to AI in the next break. But Canada, where does Canada sit right now in the IIHF Men's World Rankings, Jim Toth?
I would think, well, I should say number one after the four nations, but there was only four nations there. I would think top three, but are they number one?
They're not even in the top three.
Come on.
Who is number one?
The U.S.?
No.
Sweden?
No.
Finland?
No.
Istanbul?
It's a city.
Costa Rica?
Istanbul. Russia is number one.
Turkey?
Russia is number one.
Do you know what? This is a fascinating thing.
Despite them being excluded, and it even has it in brackets, excluded, but they're number one.
They won't be at the Olympics either, I don't believe. But if you look at their roster,
it's a shame. It's a shame.
Yeah.
You know what? And things are getting really bad in Ukraine again, and Russia is again the aggressor and hitting Kyiv.
I have no problem with that. I do feel bad for the hockey players.
Well, yeah, they have. Yeah, I mean, I do, and
But
regardless, I wish that there was no conflict, and of course for peace in the area, and so that people don't have to worry about bombs falling on them and all that stuff, and they don't have to send their kids off to war.
Way bigger than hockey,
obviously. But I wish that there was peace in the region and everything. Everybody shook hands, and we could see Russia at the Olympics, because they have a great team, as you said, and they're number one in the IIHF World Rankings.
You might be thankful they're not there when you look at their roster.
Yeah, United States is number two. Number three is Switzerland.
What?
Yeah, I don't know how these point systems work. And IHF's got something up their own. And then Canada's number four. Then Sweden, then Czechia, then Finland, number seven, followed by Germany, Denmark, and Slovakia. So
where's Canada?
See. Number four. Canada's obviously number one. Let's live in reality, IHF, and put your ranking system exactly where it deserves to be. Canada's number one.
Canada has an age issue. Like Brad Marchand next year at the Olympics. And look what I'm saying. How great was he in the Stanley Cup playoffs?
They're number one. They're the team to beat. We'll be right back. Jets at Noon brought to you by Wash Method Car Wash, 690 St. Anne's Road. VIP take on the text line and win a VIP car wash from our good friends at Wash Method, 204-780-6868. We'll announce the winner later in the program as we're coming at you live from the Boston Pizza Studio for gourmet pizza and pasta. Bring the team to Boston Pizza. Quick note, a provincial newser is scheduled about 12 minutes from now. The 12:45 wildfire update, which will include Premier Wab Canoe. We will take that live here on 680 CJOB. So as soon as it begins, we will start taking that live. So we might have an abbreviated version of Jets at Noon. Not sure, but we will, as soon as it starts, we will take you right there. Before we went to news, I was teeing up the fact that I went back to our good friend AI. And I asked AI to predict the standings in the Western Conference. And I also asked the question, are the Winnipeg Jets still the team to beat in the Central Division over the course of the regular season and 82 games, soon to be 84? Well, Jim, AI told me no.
No, they're not the team to beat in the Central.
In the West.
Oh, in the West.
In the Western Conference, they are not the team to beat anymore.
Who is? I don't think they were the team to beat last year.
No, I don't think they were either. Heading into the season, the prediction for the first place team in the Western Conference.
This year or last year?
Upcoming year.
Upcoming year. Okay, this year is?
Vegas Golden Knights.
Oh, the Knights just won't go
adding
away.
Mitch Marner by the sign and trade, as well as retaining their top core of frankly, quite a bit of elite players.
Eichel, Hurdle.
They are the team to beat in the West.
Who's next?
Number 2 is the Winnipeg Jets.
Wow.
Yes. The addition of Gustav Nyquist, extending Fleury, Iafallo, and Pionk, as well as adding depth contracts. Minus Nick Ehlers is a blow, but AI believes that the Winnipeg Jets, with the current roster as it is as of right now, will be able to overcome the differential in points and will still be the team to beat in the Central Division over the course of the regular season.
Well, and they still have a goalie who's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
Defense is intact. Even though without Ehlers and an injured Lowry, you still know that, like, and I think this is what's lost with a lot of teams that are trying to win.
Yeah.
Is the bottom, we're going to debate and always will with Taves and who's going to be on the left wing, the top 6.
Yeah.
But it's still a great number 1 line. And then I would argue their bottom 6 depth and talent is on par with the best in the league.
Yeah. Klaus.
Now, you look at the Florida Panthers third line, that's a third line that just provides more offense than the Jets does.
Klaus texts the show. He says, "Hello, gentlemen. I believe your AI is broken. Have a good one."
Can AI get broken?
I suppose it can.
Like, it's not like a box that we wind up and out pops the answers.
Yeah. It's like an automatic watch. Got to keep it wound.
Did we wind AI today? Did anybody wind it up?
Well, Klaus thinks it's broken. That's fair. That's fair because we disagreed with AI yesterday about Cole Perfetti.
Yeah.
AI told us yesterday that he should be bridged and walked into UFA status. And we disagree. We think we should. This is the summer to lock up Cole Perfetti long term.
Yes, it is.
Who do you think is number 2 in the Central Division?
In the Central?
Yes.
So the Jets are 1 in the Central?
Yeah, and the number...
Well, it's Dallas to me.
No, it's not Dallas.
Come on.
Colorado Avalanche.
Colorado?
Finished 3rd place in the West, 2nd in the Central. Yeah, yeah. So Colorado, and this is why, see, like Klaus thinks it's broken. I tend to disagree with AI on this one. Colorado added Brent Burns in free agency. Other than that, they lose Charlie Coyle and Miles Wood, who they traded away to Columbus for cap space, essentially. They're still in a decision-making process with Natchez. I don't know. Is Colorado a better team or a worse team than they were last year?
Well, when they brought in Brock Nelson, I thought it made him better.
I think they're pretty level. I think they're pretty level.
They lost Lindgren, the defenseman they acquired from the Rangers. I mean, this is a good question, right? So, let me just...
Because Dallas...
I think Dallas is still the team.
They bring Radek Faxa back. They send Mason Marchman away for cap space. I still personally think Dallas is regardless of how things turn up, I think Dallas, again, is just as balanced as they were at the end of last year. And I still think they're the best team in the Central Division, pound for pound, going head-to-head in a playoff series. I still think Dallas is a better team.
So on paper, it's McKinnon with Lehkonen and Natchez.
Yeah.
It's Nelson with Landeskog, Kuchkin. That's as good as a top 6 as you can get.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's Drury with Ivan and Colton. And it's Kelly with Prishishapov and Matthew Steinberg.
Just keep going, Jim.
Thank you, Nikita. So the bottom 6, it's a good third line. It's not as good as the Jets' third line.
No.
But the top 6, like Landeskog's back and healthy. But I would equate Landeskog to Taves.
Yeah.
At this age and how much time he's missed and stuff. Their defense is Taves, Makar, Gerard, Manson, Burns. Brent Burns is coming in. And Malinsky. And then their goaltending, of course, is Blackwood and Scott Wedgwood. Mm-hmm. Blackwood, I think, is legitimate, going to be a great number 1 for them and had been going into the playoffs. But compared to Dallas, I don't think so. I mean, people push back on me on this and say they're too old or this, but it's Hintz, Robertson, and Rantanen. Wyatt Johnston, who I adore. I think this is like one of our Canada's next biggest superstars. Duchesne and Sagan, and then Sam Steele, Jamie Benn, and Maverick Bourque, the young rookie. They traded Logan Stankoven and got Rantanen And then Radek Faksa comes back to the fold with Back and Blackwell. I think that's about as deep and as talented as a forward group as you're going to get.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. And so AI predicts Dallas will finish 5th in the West and 3rd in the Central Division. Edmonton will finish 4th. And it'll be followed by playoff teams, LA, Minnesota, Calgary as the final playoff team. The projection is the Calgary Flames will make the playoffs next year.
And I think Utah pushes back on that. I think Utah is getting better and better and better.
I don't know how much actual space there is for movement in the West, though. I honestly, I don't think the playoffs are going to look much different than last year. I think it's going to be a battle between that 8th spot with the Blues. The Predators are not going to be as bad as they were last year.
They're not going to be as bad. They're going to take wins away from teams.
That's right.
They're not going to give those wins like they were last year to other teams. But
Utah, Vancouver, Calgary, St. Louis. I think there's a 5-way fight for that 8th position, and AI predicts that Calgary's going to be the team that's going to finish on top.
And this is why I say this about Vegas. In with Mitch Marner, yes, obviously an improvement. No Pietrangelo, that hurts.
Yeah.
And so I think the two teams that have done the biggest improvements this past offseason so far in the West are Utah and St. Louis.
Yeah. Well, St. Louis adds Logan Mailloux, where they trade away Zach Bolduc, and then they sign Pius Sutter at center.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting. It's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a battle. But I think Minnesota is gonna make the playoffs. I think LA is back in the playoffs. I think Dallas, Edmonton, Colorado, Winnipeg, Vegas, and I think there's one spot there.
Yeah.
But what would it mean if the Jets won the Central again? It wouldn't mean much.
No, I mean, look, you're at the point with the Jets, and I know fans listening to this are getting tired of hearing this, but it's all about the playoffs. And I know you have to get to the playoffs. You have to augment the lineup. You have to stay healthy. You have to have some great performances again. But it always has been and will be with this core now, going forward, as long as this core is here, about the playoffs. But we got to get there first. I get that.
We'll be bringing you the wildfire update at 12:45 right here on 680 CJOB. Miss your chance to get your thoughts on the show today. Call the Boston Pizza Jets at Noon hotline, open 24/7, 204-780-6800. Coming for lunch every weekday to Boston Pizza. Get a delicious main side and ice cold drink for only $15 only at BP. The number one caller will be awarded a $50 gift certificate to Boston Pizza tomorrow. We'll be right back.
Jim Toth on 680 CJOB.
Well, I've been screwing up nonstop when it comes to our VIP winners for the wash method.
Wash method.
I gave away 2 again.
You gave away 2?
I did.
You're just handing them out like they're candy.
I made a mistake. Mike says, hey, fellas, checking in from the Folk Fest campground. Can't miss Jets at noon. My car is definitely going to need a wash after this one. Hoping to get 6 hours each night this week. I can't say no. And also Ken texts the show and says, winning the President's Cup is noteworthy. Would losing 2 more games this season and the Caps win it mean the Jets would be any more ready for the playoffs? What do you think about that?
I just think it's, I get it, right? Like it's not, but it's something to be proud of. It's an accomplishment. We're not in it. We're not the ones that are getting on the flights, getting, banged around, getting injured, doing the grind, night in, night out.
Yeah.
I get it. It's pro sports. We'd all love to do it. But it is a grind, and it's just to sort of finish first amongst the talent that is in this league, I think is something that I don't think it's disrespected at all, but I do think it's something that you need to look at and go, hey, that's quite an accomplishment.
No, so thanks for that one, Ken. And no, I don't think losing 2 more games would make them any less prepared, but it's, I guess, as you just said, a wonderful compliment. Yeah. Mark Scheifele and Josh Morrissey are on Team Canada, according to NHL.com and early projections.
I don't know how he could not be.
No, yeah. So the team right now is Sam Bennett, Anthony Cirelli, Sidney Crosby, Brandon Hagel, Nathan McKinnon, Brad Marchand, Mitch Marner, Connor McDavid, Braden Point, Sam Reinhart, Mark Stone, Nick Suzuki, and Robert Thomas. On defense, Evan Bouchard, we'll see. Drew Doughty, Thomas Harley, Cale Makar, Colton Parenko, Shea Theodore, and Devon Taves. And then Jordan Binnington, Logan Thompson, and Aiden Hill making
There's
up
no way Drew Doughty's on this team next year.
No, I don't think so either. I think
And
he, I think he would be like, really, me? Like, don't you want to give it to somebody else?
He'll go. He's proud of it and stuff. But like, I thought he really struggled to keep up, and he said that. Remember, after the first game, he was like, "That's the fastest hockey I've ever seen." But the other one that you said there was, Mark Stone, the Winnipegger. I would go in a battle on the ice with him any day of the week. He is, but I wonder about him if somebody takes his spot.
Yeah.
Did you say Seth Jarvis again?
No, Seth Jarvis is not on the projected
See, and he was on the
roster.
Four Nations, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I could see him taking Mark Stone's spot.
Robert Thomas and Nick Suzuki also additions onto it.
I could see both those guys.
Yeah, Marchand is interesting because, well, a lot of this I think still has to be determined, right? And of course, it's early projections. But again, injuries are going to factor into this as well. There's going to be probably one of those guys is going to get injured, and there's going to be other spots made available.
I think there's a lot to be said about Marchand, not just his quality of play at 37, his willingness to take a lesser role.
Yeah.
Like if he doesn't get traded from Boston and he re-ups there, he's still on the top line.
Mm-hmm.
There's something to be said for a 37-year-old who's like, I'd rather win, and I'll go to the third line.
Yeah. Jordan Binnington, Logan Thompson, is that going to be the real question? Because I think Logan Thompson
could take the starter's job when you have a full training, well, not training camp, but a tryout and everything. But Jordan Binnington, again, we constantly doubt this guy, and then he takes the Jets to Game 7 after winning the Four Nations Cup as well. We are keeping our eyes right now for the 12:45 update from the province. Of course, the situation up north in some areas is getting worse, and as soon as they begin, they're running a little bit late. We will take it live. We will take it to you immediately. This texter says the President's Trophy. Yeah, it means something now. And Darren says, if you win the President's Trophy and then win the Stanley Cup, you're proud of it. If you win it and don't win the Stanley Cup, it's like, let's not talk about it. But that's what I meant at the time. So you won it. I didn't make a big deal of it, but I said when you do. And I'm glad he sent that in because now that it's all said and done and we know who won the cup and all this, you look back at the season, other than winning the cup, it's hard to get a more impressive accolade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.